Do the applications come back to us first and then to you guys, or do they go to you? What's the change?
We will receive the applications, and Max, actually, our data manager and social media manager, he's going to store them, and we want to give the county champion and the interested parties within the county a weekly update on what we receive. And then as we meet, we will examine the projects that we've received and work from there.
So we'll get a total list of the projects that the people submit.
Yes, in
Yes.
short, we're just gonna log them, have the data bank in our office, and then funnel that to the champion, so you all know everything that's coming in for your county, and we've just got an official record over it, and then hands-on with the county with the projects.
Yes, sir.
Sort of ties in with Shane's, but do you want us to try to recruit as many projects as possible? I mean, do you want sort of only really maybe the best of the best projects submitted, or you want as wide a variety of projects as you could possibly get to get a little more to choose from?
Yeah, there are a lot of different kinds of projects, and we don't want to say no to anything right now. We want to hear your ideas. You know, that we want to have wow projects, the big projects on a large scale that's going to be on the front page of the paper. But also, some of the small projects can be the most beneficial. You know, painting elderly lady's house, or just improving a community, just doing some community improvements. Those can be some of the most beneficial. So we just want to hear your ideas. And from
And you
there,
all really dictate that.
well,
When we
yeah,
say, 200 projects throughout the 9-county region, so we kind of averaged that and said, oh, that could be 20 to 25 projects a day per county. But it may not be that. This has never been done before. We have no idea what's going to come in.
It may be that because of distance, one of the things we have to deal with at the last day of Jamboree Tuesday is there are physical things that the kids have to get done with their campsites and stuff that we're going to require them to all be back on site by 4 p.m., which is earlier than the other days. So it may be that, you know, the first 3 days, Monroe County has 70 or so projects a day, and Raleigh and Fayette County on Monday and Tuesday have 70 projects a day, and you guys towards, on Tuesday may not have those projects.
Or that's when the volunteers.
Yeah, from a scout perspective.
Right.
So there's that logistical issue. So it's not exactly that we're doing the same amount in every county every day, but more of an overall over the course of the 5 days, we're going to try to be as even and fair as we can be.
Yeah.
But on the other side, this is an opportunity to do a county-wide assessment. So you will know what needs to be done. It's going to be ongoing. Okay, so we don't know what we're going to do after the Jamboree, but I can tell you CCC is going to continue to work with communities. And you don't know, the Boy Scouts may assist us. We don't know, but let's take an inventory of everything that the community needs, put it down on paper, put it in a database, so that as we network with corporations and foundations, that the Boy Scouts are bringing more to the table than just those days of service. Come on. They are the catalyst for a new movement and a re-energizing of scouting in the state of West Virginia. So let's take this opportunity to inventory your county, the beautification projects. And one of the things we're going to do is come into the school system, the elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools. And we're going to show the Boy Scouts video. We're going to give the young people a little pep talk and give them a little civics lesson. And then we're going to talk about how they can serve. Because guess what? We want their ideas. So if they want some basketball hoops up, we need to know that they need some additional playgrounds, whatever beautiful vacation projects they need surrounding their communities. We want to hear those books, but also we want to stuff that in the backpack, that project application, for them to take it home to their parents. So we're going to get to all areas of the county. So this is our opportunity. And that's why we say, first of all, do a complete community assessment. Put it on paper, put it online and get it to us, and then we'll start building things down and get to the meat of what we're trying to accomplish.
As long as we get that feedback of those projects back to the county, all of them, that way we can look at them ourselves, and there may be something that we can work on.
And we're gonna do that in an expeditious manner, I can assure you that. Not only that, whether it be one major project, or we package several smaller projects within a 2-week time frame, we will bring a group of individuals to come down and to facilitate and to help you strengthen the project. It may be, when you present it to us, we can talk today, hey, that's one of the projects we're gonna do, and it's already ready. But if it's not, if you get in early, we can help you strengthen the application. If it comes in, like maybe 2,000 other projects that are gonna come in like on the 30th of March, no, I can tell you that, okay? So the sooner the better, that's the reality of it.
And we're gonna look at doing probably one demo project per county in early 2012. And we'll, just to iron out logistics, we'll have a bus, I don't know if it'll be CCC youth, maybe youth from, we're not for sure where these are gonna come from, scouts, youth, whatever. But we'll leave from the site area, come into Monroe County and do one project, just so we can do a trial run, get a project done, get a feel for it. And you've got 2017 and 2019 as opportunities as well. So where you said this is ongoing, go ahead, Craig.
Well, that's all right. I just had a couple more questions too related to the buses. Will there be a rendezvous point in the county, or will each bus when it leaves Fayette County be going straight to one work site, so they'll need directions to that work site, the second bus will be going to a different work site? How will that all work?
For the most part, the buses are able to carry 40 people. So right now, we envision the buses going to the location nearest the project identified as being available for buses. That'll be part of the project, is okay, where can a bus get to close to your project? And if they get there and the scouts have to like 10 minutes to get to the project, that's not an issue. We just need to make sure that needs to be part of the plan, because where those buses are going.
Are they the school bus can get to most places in this county, but a charter bus will be a different story. What kind of buses are these going to be?
A mix.
So Craig, also let me say this, and I've been talking to other counties and their 911 directors. We're going to ask the county commission to help us out with this, but we want to talk with the 911 directors and the police departments. We would like to see where the buses that are coming into Monroe County, when they pull off of Interstate 64, we like to have an escort. We like to have at least one a state trooper or county police that's going to clear the highway, and then the second police escort actually lead the buses. So we'll probably bring all the buses in at the same time, but it'd be more, it would be better to have a direct shot into the county, especially coming to Monroe and McDowell counties. We need those police escorts. So I want you guys to start thinking about that. For 5 days, we're going to need you to help us get those buses in here in a timely manner. Okay?
So, we're gonna bus from Fayette,
We're going to bus from Fayette County.
40 minutes.
So, well, whatever time it takes, we're going to do some drive runs. Part of that drive run is going to be to have that police escorts to help us get them into the county. And not only that, if we can get in here in like 65 minutes, maybe we can get a little deeper into the project sites, a little deeper into the county, but we know that we can. So we don't know right now because we haven't done any drive runs, but I know that from our office, it probably takes me about coming through traffic about 70 minutes.
And
That's
you're
what
not
makes it
slow.
44.
And you're not slow.
No, but I'm so we'll see. But I do know that when the bus gets on the 64, we get escorts.
And it'll actually depend on the projects too. Now we have projects in the western part of the
So
county.
we'll come off
Go
of-
down 77
Yes,
to
we're
Like through our
and 64 for the
Yeah.
ones up this way.
So you've got 2 lanes.
Is this something that is new that Boy Scouts are doing? Is this something they've been doing?
Service projects?
I mean, like 40,000 people.
The jamboree, this volume, yeah, it's new to us.
It
This is
is?
our first time. It's why we're really glad we have the CCC helping us. But this is the first time we're doing this. This is the first time we're doing anything at this time.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna do our best.
So I mean, nationwide, this is a new thing.
Nationwide, we've had some, the Order of the Arrow have done some large-scale service projects, but not this large. And then most of the time, they have been living at the site they're going to work on. So we had a couple thousand, but they were camped out right by the site. So that's a little different management.
Oh,
So this is new and different to us. And
245 buses, they gotta get those.
Yeah.
See, once they get off the buses, it's up for you guys here and the CCC to be ready for them. But they, and this crew, the BSA, they have to get them on the buses and get them to us. So we got to expedite that process.
As far as project stuff, I mean, this may be redundant, but, you know, and I guess it'd be up to the county to do this, whatever, but as far as equipment, I mean, if there's any project that requires equipment, I mean, is that, just to provide all that, get it there? I mean, do they ever do anything that, of course, y'all would know?
Well, we're gonna be working with Army Corps engineers, we're gonna be working with the National Guard, we'll be working with the CCC.
They'll have equipment.
Yeah, no, we're gonna figure out a way, it's gonna be project driven. We don't know until you guys tell us. So, oh, we love this project, so from the time that you guys select those projects, okay, this is how we put it together. We need these resources. We need to lay some water lines, okay, we're gonna need some backhoes, we're gonna need some excavators. So we're gonna, it's gonna be pre-planned, so that when they get off, you know, volunteers or whoever operates that heavy equipment, it's gonna be there, ready for them, and the supervision and everything. So it's gonna be project planning.
I don't know how big y'all
the
is.
scouts aren't going to come on the bus with the tools.
Sure.
They'll have the appropriate
Be waiting
clothes,
for 'em.
long pants, hiking boots, but they'll not be bringing shovels. The amount of different projects, there's no way we could provide all the variety of tools that's needed. And so that, like Robert said, it's going to be a project that we're going to, that's part of the whole evaluation process. You know, some groups are going to have the tools to do it, and they need the manpower. Some groups are going to need the manpower and the tools. And that's what this whole committee structure, CCC, that's what's all being put together to help answer all those questions.
Yeah, I knew they wouldn't be probably proud, but I just didn't know how big y'all would go with this stuff, because I didn't know it's new.
Yeah, it's service work, definitely not even larger service projects, but this format, this size, it is new to us, and we're gonna figure things out. Sometimes we'll figure them out ahead of time, and sometimes we'll figure them out on July 16th. So it's gonna be a process, and we hope. I think we're in good shape though. We're setting up a good plan that we're gonna get a lot done in 2013, and we can use this format going forward in the next jamborees and refine, improve, and get better.
Now, do the scouts have to pay for this themselves coming to this camp?
To the jamboree, yes. It is $850 is the jamboree fee, plus their transportation costs, which will depend on each.
So we can
It's
start
different in California
a
than
scholarship fund for a couple of our scouts to, you know, start raising money if we had scouts in the county that didn't have the money, and we could
Yes.
maybe as a
And
group
that's
or a
something,
county send.
that's something that the local councils are working on. The summit itself, we can't really start scholarship funds for specific councils, because we do have scholarship, and it's on a national basis, and each council can, in addition to that, can develop their own scholarship programs. So all of ours are kind of open to everybody that we have, and then each area is also able to develop their own avenues as well.
I think that might be a good thing if we try to bring more scouts in and we had this carrot, you know, hey man, somebody's gonna get to go for free, a couple of people.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Sorry, you guys. One thing that comes to mind, if these applications are going directly to you guys, you know, could we make a requirement that if someone, a group submits an application, they will come to our local committee meetings? Because we're not gonna know what they need, you know, until it comes to them and then comes back, or what resources they may already have available, you know, what funding they may have.
We'll have to have some communications.
Yeah, we got, I think that
As soon
people
as we
submit an
receive,
application.
we're not gonna hold on to it.
Right.
As soon as we get it, we're entering and you're gonna be getting it. So it's,
So I think we need to-
there's not gonna be any,
It's gonna be an immediate turnaround.
right.
Right, okay.
We're not holding on to it.
Okay.
Part of it is wanting to produce and print one application and not have 9 different applications with 9 different submission So this allows one document,
Central.
it goes to everybody, and you know, as soon as possible, we get it turned around and get champion.
And the champions are gonna be heavily involved with that. So you're gonna be, and we're
I'd say
gonna,
that way too.
so keep asking questions.
One of the things, see, we're gonna mobilize these committees, okay? So, we're gonna be putting processes in place, like the fundraising and the youth council and all these different committees. But one of the things is, we don't know anything until we've decided on the application. So, but we need to start putting the process, mobilizing, so that, hey, we're gonna attract this foundation, these companies, these corporations, in order to give us, we're gonna go to the governor, we're gonna go to our senators, to our legislators, to give us little pockets of money here and there. But the bottom line is, on March the 31st, the committees are gonna mobilize, but after March the 31st, as quickly as possible, we're gonna let you know which projects that are designated for your county. Then guess what? Then the communication, you're already mobilized, so you got a system in place. But one of the things we're all gonna do, and I think that you'll agree, we're gonna know when it's a home run, and we're gonna let you know so that you can already
And
get in.
correct me if I'm wrong, but the county champions, when we sit down and start the decision, they'll be all involved in that evaluation process as well. So it's not gonna be us in the room picking these
Right.
and then handing them to the county.
Right.
The champions, their committee, that's all part of the process.
Right.
So they'll know what's going on.
And then there's gonna be, a 9-county champion meeting or meetings.
Right.
But one of the things that we're talking about doing with some of these larger foundations, Walmart, Benedum, Lowe's,
Home
Depot. Yeah, so that's gonna be, all 9 counties, all 9 champions being together. One application and funding coming in that's gonna serve all 9 counties. So there's gonna be some things that work best in numbers, to bring things in for the project.
Are these applications pretty easily filled out? Do we need to have meetings where we have project meeting, application filled out meetings in different areas of the county? Do we need to do that, or can one person sit down and take care of that
There's
application?
some detail
Probably
to it.
whoever the stakeholder, whatever organization is the one proposing the project, they probably want to sit around with their important decision makers and work through the process and make sure they have the answered correctly. They probably don't want to have one lone wolf out of the organization X saying, "Oh, I'm gonna put this in," and then we go to the president of organization X and he's like, "Oh, that's not what we want." So within the project stakeholder, whoever that organization, and sometimes it's going to be an individual, that's fine. But the application will probably benefit from whoever the people are wanting that project to.
And that'll just help along the way, so when we look at it and make an assessment, we've got a group that's gonna be reviewing and coming back out, and if you submit an application and there's follow-up questions that aren't clear, they'll be coming and asking follow-up questions. What you said, strengthening the application, but
The applicant could be an individual or an organization.
it could be, yeah.
Kids, like I said, a kid, and they have some basketball goals and some fences around the playground, and we talk to them, and it's sustainable. If it just comes in like that, like I said, we'll come to the county, and then you're gonna have to have a work group that's gonna work with us to strengthen those
Yeah,
applications.
if a kid or individual puts together, it's like, "Oh, this is a great park, but we need to build a basketball hoop," we're gonna go to whoever has authority over that park and say, "We got this application in, is this something your organization can support?" All that kind of stuff.
So how do we drive this process so we get the applications? And if they're like me, I'm pretty tough to get motivated. So, get the application in their hand, get it filled out, and get it back. Those are the things that concern me.
What needs to happen is, we need to go out of this meeting, members need to go out of this meeting, and you need to take these applications, the links online. for the
And you can
application,
submit them online too.
to your churches, to your businesses, to the organizations you're part of, to individuals who have, they sit around the coffee table saying, "Man, it'd be great if we had this there," and you're like, "All right, it's time to put up or shut up." And
We're gonna talk to you, we're already your line, This is not our first time into the county, we're gonna continue this. Alan, you wanna speak about our strategy and how you're gonna be working with the public relations team? One of the things we're gonna do, once we launch this initiative, we're gonna monitor if the applications are coming in. And if they're not, we're gonna call Greg, we're gonna call the county commissioners to let you know, hey, we gotta do a better job. We gotta go back down there and really let the citizens know we gotta have more participation from the community. So we're gonna develop different strategies if it's a little slow with the applications.
Yes, sir, and I'll walk up here so I don't get everybody trick in the neck. I think that that's one of the reasons why we started so early. When you start talking about 2013, it's very easy to say, oh, we'll get to it. But we have broken it down from a communication strategy perspective in phases. So this is phase one, and phase one is we're at your chamber meetings, we're at your Rotary meetings, we're doing information sessions in every community, and we're reaching out that way to get these applications in, and it'll come in waves. You know, we have for the past month met in every one of the 9 counties, some of them twice, to communicate the options about the application. We're now going back and reaching out to key opinion leaders and stakeholders and the champions to carry that message forward. And then you'll see us again, January, February, as we get closer to that deadline, we'll ramp up. You'll see us all over the Monroe Watchman every week, telling people about it, talking about it. We're going to be having guest editorials in newspapers. We're going to be working with the radio stations to talk about it and get the message out, because this 6-month window that we've been working on this is our opportunity to get people involved and get them excited, because once March 31st passes, it becomes a CCC BSA champion thing. You had your chance to nominate. So we want people to go and be excited about the opportunity and nominate that. One of the things that we are going to be doing in the next couple of weeks is communicating to each of the counties the types of projects that are examples. For example, we were in Wyoming County the other night. They're all over the idea of trails. And connecting their trails programs to connect their county, and they talked about that throughout the meeting. We're in Greenbrier County last night in Lewisburg, and over in Raynell, they got their trail finish, and there's about a 5-mile stretch. That was on their radar. Raynell also, when you talk about beautification entrances, I was here early today because the lady at the senior center had to leave about 2 o'clock, so she and I got to visit, and she said, well, would they build us steps? Because we'd love to have a way to take people down to our basement from here to there. And I said, absolutely. That's the kind of project that we're talking about. And she said, we love the opportunity to work with people and reach out. But to the point earlier, it's not like we're just going to show up at the senior center and be like, how we're going to build your steps. So we're good with that. We're good with that communication and getting people involved, but just keeping people excited. And I'm handling the communications efforts for it. And this is a great team, and everybody's super excited. If there's ways, some of our counties want us all over Facebook. Some of our counties just want us in the paper. Some of us want us on radio. So if there's a way that we need to be communicating that's going to help get Monroe County excited, tell us what it is, and we're going to do it. One of the things Craig mentioned is we need to get over Peterstown and have a meeting over there and pull in those folks. We're going to be in Mercer County next week. We're going to be in McDowell County next week as well. So if we need to be having multiple meetings, if we need to be doing outreach, you tell us what you want, and we're going to make it happen.
So I guess it's like, our advertising is the people bringing the breakdown, either like a commercial private sector and the community, governmental projects, so we cover all of them, yes.
Absolutely. Hit every one of them. We've been to every county commission, going to all the civic groups, that needs to reach out to the community and just keep talking to them.
How do things balance out with public versus private projects? I mean, can somebody submit an application say, I'd like to have my house painted? I mean, how do we?
That's not what we're looking for. That's not to say that a project on private land can be done. You would just have to clearly benefit how that project on a private landowner's area is going to benefit the larger public around it. I can see watershed issues. Someone could overland that there's an issue of erosion going into a creek bed that affects everybody. The work is being done on some private land, but it's not to increase its real estate value. It's a need that the public has, and the work has to be done on, Jim Thomas's land. So private land is not a barrier to it. It just has to have a very clearly defined general public benefit.
So that could get to be abused
Yeah, I
and
mean,
all.
But it should be communicated, shouldn't we? Take, for example, the Confederate Memorial, and the Historical Society is always trying to raise money. They're in the newspaper, they're always doing something to raise funds to replace that fence or to maintain that area. That's a project that should be discussed, because it's a greater good. It's as you enter Union, you know, those are the kinds of things that people could talk about down the road, and those are the kinds of projects looking ahead that, oh, you know, that is something. If we've got this group of scouts that can come in and help us with the Civil War monument, and we can get people excited, and the Historical Society wants it, let's do it. We have sign-ups over here if anybody's interested in the committees, and then all the applications and fact sheets are there, and please eat this food.
Is that brochure, info, somebody?
Great.
So much stuff.